What would you say now in 2013 and looking out ahead that's happening in India from a venture point of view in terms of opportunities, either in consumer and enterprise, that maybe aren't happening here or in the other countries you mentioned, China, Israel?
Yeah,
What's unique about the opportunity right now in India?
yeah. I think if you compare to the US itself, there are things happening there that happened here a while ago or that were never venture backed models in the US itself. So things that happened here a while ago, e-commerce 1.0, selling products over the internet, that's happening now in India. And that started a couple of years ago in 2011, just about. There are about 20 million people who've ever bought anything online in India, including travel. All of them have bought travel. And about 7 million of those that have bought products online. So it's a fairly small market still. So that's what's happening, e-commerce 1.0. What's also happening is offline retail concepts that are high growth that are being venture backed, offline retail chains, offline restaurant chains, offline healthcare service chains. That's a big need there, and that's happening. Other couple of sectors that are happening, financial services for the unbanked and underbanked. It could be mobile banking, could be payments. We've got a company called It's Cash, which is one of the largest prepaid card companies in India that translates people's cash into prepaid cards that they can use for buying airline tickets or train tickets, for example. And what's also different is assisted services. If you've been to India, and I know you have, people employ a lot of help to get stuff done. And that's the mentality for a big part of the middle class in India. And so assisted services is a set of services where we help people get stuff done that would otherwise be a lot of hassle for them. So for example, we are investors in a company called One Assist, where if you lose your wallet or if you lose your mobile phone, they replace it with just one phone call to them. You don't have to stand in 5 lines with 5 different credit card companies. You don't have to stand in the bank to get your ATM card again. You don't have to go to the DMV equivalent, which in India is called the RTO, Regional Transport Office, to get your driving license again. They get all that done with one phone call. If you lose your phone, they replace it immediately within 4 to 6 hours with your data on it. And that's a type of assisted service that I think here would be less than useful. People are used to doing things themselves, but there it's absolutely crucial, and the company is doing really well. So these are some areas that are different there than over here. I think over the next few years, what's going to be different there than over here is a lot of mobile first type of apps companies. That infrastructure in the mobile space is still being built. Consumer payments are still early. For example, like I mentioned, 20 million credit cards only, 300 million debit cards, but almost none of them are being used for transactions. They're all being used just for ATM withdrawals. So that payment infrastructure is being built. Once that's done, you'll have a lot of direct-to-consumer mobile-first services going to people who've never used the internet before. I know it's sort of a cliche to some extent to say that, but really when somebody goes to the internet for the first time, to the web for the first time, think about Yahoo in 1994, 95, when people went to the web for the first time in this country, in the US. What did they need? They didn't know which website to go to, and there weren't that many websites. They didn't know what they wanted necessarily. They didn't search because they didn't know what to search for. They didn't even understand what search was, right? So it was a directory service that was hand curated for the web over here. Take that to India today in 2013. Think about the web being mobile, first of all, and the first experience being through a mobile device. Secondly, think about the 30 to 40 languages that there are in India versus the English language in the US. And think about all of what's happened in the last 20 years that's already available in India as well. You've got 75 million Facebook users. You've got 20 million registered LinkedIn users. You've got 150 million internet users. There's a lot of stuff that's already happened that's there. So you got to take that into account as well. But mobile first, I think, will be something that comes over the next few years, and smartphones will be a big driver for that.